Hello out there in Honky Tonkville. I'm Christopher Burkhardt, and we're back with another episode of Honky Tonk Heroes. This is where we explore how musical legends have influenced today's active artists.
If you got the money, honey, I got the time.
Lefty Frizzell was born in Texas, and like many of his contemporaries, checks all the boxes of being a honky-tonk pioneer. He grew up in the era where his greatest influence was Jimmie Rodgers. Like his peers, Hank Thompson, Hank Snow, Hank Williams, and good old Ernest Tubb, Lefty grew up poor, had a rough and tumble adolescence, and only reached personal salvation due to his love of music. At age 12, he was playing guitar and writing songs. Like many other country musicians, he had a spot on a radio station, but unlike many others, he earned this spot even before he became a teenager. At 16, he was leading his own band and playing local honky-tonks. Now, like many of us, as a teenager in Texas, music, booze, and sex were the main things on Lefty's mind. At age 17, he rushed into a marriage, but a little more than a year later, an underage girl complained about him to her parents, and he ended up behind bars in Roswell, New Mexico. The only bright side, he took the time to write "I Love You 1,000 Ways" to his young and grieving wife.
I'll be true, there'll never be blue days. I love you, I'll prove it 1,000 ways.
That jail stint got him to focus on his music, and he started recording in Dallas in 1950. He signed with Columbia Records. Amazingly, by 1951, he had 7 of the top 30 hits of the year. Lefty was just 23 years old, and then he started touring with Hank Williams. They were both on a merry-go-round of one-nighters and enjoyed plenty of partying and popularity.
We have a very special guest visiting us today, a fellow who travels all over the country, making personal appearances, and he's no stranger to our show. He's been here before. So let's get together and make him welcome. Lefty Frizzell. How about it? Lefty?
Hello, hello. Well, it's a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. We're delighted to have you here, and you have a right new song out for the Columbia folks. How about giving us a preview of it, would you?
I made a mistake.
Did you?
I forgot to put the words over there. It's real early, you know. She said if I ever deceived her, she'd be gone before I could count 10. I guess that I didn't believe her, 'cause look at the trouble I'm in. She's gone, 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 crying won't bring her back. The more that I cry, the faster that train flies farther on down the track.
As a recording artist, his most major successes came in a very brief 4-year period between 1950 and 54, when he scored 5 #1 country hits and a further top 10 entries. For a time, he was the main rival to Hank Williams on the charts. Frizzell made some bad management deals and got very little money out of his hits, like "If You've Got the Money, I've Got the Time," "I Love You 1,000 Ways," and "Always Late with Your Kisses."
Sing just a little bit of "Always Late," will you?
Oh,
Just a tad of it, please, sir.
in F or G. I'm brave. Always late with your kisses. Won't you come in my arms, sweet darling, and stay? Always late with your kisses. Why, oh, why do you want to do me this? Why?
In 1953, Lefty moved to LA and got a regular gig on the famous Town Hall Party show.
Of course, now I would like for everyone to kind of light up
and Jimmy on the piano for liable to kick me off here. I guess I'll take a walk tonight. I know that I can't sleep, and I won't go to bed at all. I just lay there and weep. Instead, I'll make our favorite spot. That's what I think I'll do. I got to smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee blue. Smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee all night long. Wondering how a love so right could suddenly go wrong. I catch the next bus out of town, but I gotta be near you. I got those smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee blue.
After a few years on TV, he burned out on his music career, and the hits stopped coming. When the Town Hall Party closed in 1960, Lefty headed back to Nashville. Columbia was not recording his prolific songwriting, so he left a ton of songs unrecorded. One that did hit the charts was Long Black Veil in 1959.
The judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die. I spoke not a word, though it meant my life, for I had been in the arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me.
Lefty toured frequently, but his alcohol addiction really slowed him down. His one big hit in that period was Saginaw, Michigan in 1964.
I love the girl in Saginaw, Michigan, the daughter of a wealthy, wealthy man. But he called me that son of a Saginaw fisherman, and not good enough to claim his daughter's hand.
During the 60s and 70s, Lefty was partly responsible for keeping that real honky-tonk sound alive in an era when Nashville was almost entirely pop crossovers. Since his performing style was formed at a young age in the dance halls of Texas, he was not about to change it. However, he did regain the enthusiasm to record some new albums, as well as play concerts and do TV shows. And he continued playing until the age of 47, when he died of a stroke in 1975. Frizzell undoubtedly influenced generations of singers and songwriters, especially Merle Haggard, Keith Whitley, and George Jones. But his success while alive never reached the proportions of his popularity since his death. Lefty was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1982, and today, honky-tonk musicians all over the world credit Lefty as being their most positive influence.
If you got the money, I've got the time. We'll go honky-tonkin' and we're gonna have a time. We'll make all the night spots, dance to the music fine. If you got the money, honey, I got the time. Well, ain't no use to tarry, so let's start out tonight. We'll split your bo and we'll split it right. We'll have more fun, baby, all the way down the line. If you got the money, honey, I got the time.
And that's our show, Honky Tonk Heroes Volume 6. See dozens of our eclectic American Roots episodes archived on YouTube on our own channel, Stellar Jacks. See everything in the roots music world, from rockabilly to doo-wop and western swing to blues, on Christopher Burkhart's That's Me, Eclectic American Roots.